In WordPress, we need to give your visitors a way to navigate around your site. And to do that, we just need to build a navigation menu. This is the menu screen in WordPress. So to get here, all I did was in my WordPress admin area, I hovered over Appearance and then I clicked on Menus, and this brings me to this Menus page right here. If I have a menu created already, I can come to the screen and I can edit it. Or if I need to create a new menu, I'll come to the screen and create one. So that's where I'm at right now. I need to create a new menu. So the first step is giving it a name. So let's call it My Awesome Menu. And once I've given it a name, I can create the menu. The menu name, by the way, doesn't matter. No one else is going to see it except you. So I'll click on Create Menu, and then I'm all set. I can start adding links in to my menu. Now, the available links that you can add are shown right over here. So I can add in pages, posts, and custom links. There are a few other options too for things that you can add in, but they don't automatically appear down here sometimes, so you have to go in and make sure they appear. To do that, you just scroll to the top of the screen, and then you'll see the Screen Options link. So click to expand that, and in this Boxes category, you'll see some things checked and some things that aren't checked. So because pages, posts, and custom links are checked here, that's why they're showing up here. However, maybe I want to be able to add in a category link. To do that, I need to make sure this category's box is checked, and then once I make sure that it's checked, I'll come down here and I'm able to select a category from this menu here and add it over to my menu. So you can do that just by going to the top and making sure it's selected under the Screen Options area. You'll also notice here that there are some advanced menu properties that you can select, so things like link target, title attribute, CSS class, and so on. And these are things that will show up under each individual menu item. So I'll show you, I'll use the example for the link target here, and I'll show you how to add that in or change that later. Okay, so now that my screen options are how I want them, I will shrink that menu back up, and I'm going to start adding items to my menu. So let's start with pages. So all your pages are listed here, and you'll notice that you can view your most recent pages, you can view all your pages, or if you have a whole bunch of pages, you can search them to make it a little bit easier. I'll just leave it on this screen for now, the most recent. So to select a menu item, I just would check that box. And you can check more than one box if you're adding more than one item. To check everything that's listed here, just click the Select All button. Or if you decide, no, I don't want to do that after all, just click the Select All button again, and everything is deselected. So I'll show you how to add some items here, and we're just going to do that. And then once you select all the items that you want, click on Add to Menu. And you'll notice everything was transported over here. So to rearrange an item, all you need to do is click on it with your mouse or your keypad, and with your finger held down on that button, just drag and drop it into place. So that's how you're going to rearrange items. So maybe I want this one down at the bottom, and maybe I want the contact up at the top. That's all you have to do to rearrange items. Now I'm going to show you how to make a drop-down menu. And it's really easy to make a drop-down menu in WordPress. All you have to do is using the same reordering method that I just showed you. Just put them into place. So click and hold, and then just move it over so that it's indented. So I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to nest it under High School Senior Photography. So when I do that and I drop that into place, you'll notice that this sub-item text shows up. That means now that Sessions and Investment, this menu item, has been nested under High School Senior Photography. And when I view it on the site, it's going to be in a drop-down format. And I can do this for multiple items. And then also you can create multiple levels of drop downs. So if you want to say put what to wear and nest it under sessions and investment, then what to wear becomes a sub-item of this sub-item. Generally, I like to keep it simple, so I just like to stick to like one layer of drop-downs. Now, a question I get asked quite frequently is, how do I make a drop-down where if your visitor is here and they click on this main link, it doesn't go anywhere? Because I don't want people to be able to click Shop WordPress Themes. I want them to select one of these options here. The same goes for design inspiration here too, and services. You notice I'm clicking on services, it's not taking me anywhere. To do this, it's really easy, and this is how you do it. Going back to the menus page, you can use a custom link. So I'll click that, and then you have the ability to type in the URL or change the link text. Now the URL that you're going to use in this instance is the pound sign or the hashtag sign, whatever you want to call it. So you just put that in the URL box, and that's going to make that link non-clickable, or it's going to be clickable, but it's not going to go anywhere. So then your visitors are going to be forced to choose an item under that drop-down. So I'll just call this drop-down link, and I'm going to add this to the menu. So now when I add items to this, the Dropbox link isn't going to go anywhere, and people are going to be forced to select either the wedding photography link under the drop-down or the MISC link under the drop-down. So that's how you do that. Lastly, I wanted to show you some of the extra options that you can do for your menu items. So I'll use the wedding photography item as an example. So if you click this little down arrow right here, it expands that menu item. And here you can change the navigation label. And the navigation label is what it is called within the menu. So maybe I feel like wedding photography is too long. Maybe I want it to be called wedding pics. I would just change that in that little navigation label box, and then when I save it, it's going to show up as wedding pics rather than wedding photography on the menu. Now here is that that little target. When I went up here and went into screen options and I click link target, if I deselect that, you'll notice I don't have the ability to change that anymore. If I leave it checked, then I can be like, okay, yeah, I do want it to open in a new tab. So just know that you have your options for that as well, all related to the screen options menu that I showed you earlier in the tutorial. Lastly, we need to tell your menu to show up. So once you've got all your items into place on your menu, we scroll down here and we go to the menu settings area. And here you can select the theme locations. So the theme that I'm using has two different navigation menu locations. There's the primary navigation menu, and then there's the secondary navigation menu. And in order for the menu to show up in either of those locations, you need to select it so it appears. Now you have to remember also, save your changes, because if you do all of this and you just exit off this page, nothing's going to be saved. So always make sure that if you come in here and create a new menu or edit one of your existing menus, you save that menu. And that's all there is to it. Creating navigation menus in WordPress, pretty easy.